Hi everyone, it's Sally. Well, I showed, I think this one last week. This was a nature journal that I made. And I said when I showed this one, I had enough stuff to make another one. And I did. So this one actually went pretty quickly. So this one here was pretty big. This one, the new one, is slightly smaller. It has also 5 signatures. I really like making 5 smaller signatures. It's the way to go. It just makes it a whole lot easier to do the binding. And the stitches are right here on the spine. And they came out really nice and even and straight. This one is the title of this book that I used is called Going Some. I looked it up, and it's a 1910 Western story. And it measures 5.5 by 8.5. And then I added this tassel here, and there's an eyelet there where it's attached. And just like the other one, it has a clasp that makes it so easy to remove. It's just a little jewelry clasp, like so. So I'm just going to set this over here, and let's take a look at this. So it has an elastic closure with an eyelet here. This book is 1910, and it's, in really, really nice condition. It may have had a dust jacket on it at some time because it's not even faded on the spine. It's really nice. So it has a hitching post and an elastic closure. And on the inside, I think I'm pretty well centered. I'm going to move that down just a tiny bit. There. So some Tim Holtz paper here. I like this. It has a nature theme. So here we have some bees in a beehive. This was embossed, heat embossed on really thin paper and then glued down here. I really like doing that, embossing like that. And you can make your own embellishments that, just come out so much nicer than trying to do it right on the page. So I made some corner tucks. This one has a page from a field guide on different mammals. And here's some chipmunks. Some tea-stained paper with dirty stencils, which gives them that nice little pattern. I put a lot of tabs on this one, as you can see. A lot of them are made from a snippet roll that I made. So these are 2 small pages. This one folds out. It's a book about trees. I just hated to cut any of it off. This is a page from one of the Walter Foster books. Here I just clipped on an envelope that I made. And it has one of those photographs that I got a bunch of these photographs. It has a date on the back, and it says April 27, 1945, passed by construction battalion. So I just think it makes me think it must have been during World War II. I don't know if it looks like there's some kind of military operation going on there now. I can't really tell. But anyway, it's a nice landscape picture, so that's why I wanted to put it in here. And a stitched pocket. This is one of my sister's paintings. It's one of my favorites. These are the seals, the harbor seals that live here on the Oregon coast, and there's a dock in Newport where they like to hang out, and that's where she She took a picture of this and then turned it into a painting. And you can see they are marked because some of them do cause problems. And if they cause a problem, they keep track of them. And sometimes they will do things to discourage them, or they'll move them to a different area or something like that, because they are protected. And everybody loves the seals. They make a lot of noise. And here we have a little tuck spot with a picture somebody took from their car of a bear. Okay, so this signature starts with a painting from one of the Walter Foster books. This is a Chinese painter who does beautiful work. I just love his paintings. And there's just a book of his paintings that I have that I love to use the pictures in it. This is in, I believe, South America somewhere. It's from an old National Geographic. This is actually a pressed leaf or a little twig. I put this packaging, the cellophane, over it to keep it from crumbling. It looks like it's crumbling just a little bit. Little tuck spot. One of my field guides on trees. And here's another corner tuck with a tag I made. And from a field guide about birds, another tag with a mushroom. This is a piece of my snippet roll with a tag that it's kind of like it folds out for journaling. And it has a Rolodex card here in this little pocket. Okay, next signature starts with a jelly print that I made. And a little tuck spot with a rook card. Page from a field guide about mushrooms. A page from one of the Edith Holden books. Just took this. I cut this picture out of the Garden Flowers in Color book, and then folded it in half and kind of turned it into a little tuck. On this side it has some ferns, and here are some birds. This is actually could be used as a tuck also. I didn't put anything in there. Let's see. What have I got? Here's a little journaling card I'll stick in there. Another envelope I made. I love doing these envelopes. I just collage the flap and just stitch it together and add a little bit something on the front. The inside is in a beautiful old postcard. Hasn't even been used. Avocado dyed paper. Here's a cluster I made that I've turned into like just a little tuck. There's some tickets and Mexican bingo cards. Okay, next signature. It has a few pages in it about crows, which I think are fascinating birds. We have lots of them around where I live. A tag I made. Look at the crow. He's sitting on that dog's back. One of those seed envelopes with, oh yeah, so one of those photos. Now, these are, I'm not sure if they're from that same batch that I thought was World War II, but they're definitely pretty old. I just like the coloration in them. It's kind of a, it's you know, it has a very sepia tone, but little bits of gray in there too, which just makes them look very, very interesting. Picture of a lion. It's from a really, really old nature book. I'm sure late 1800s. I just think the illustrations are beautiful. There actually were some in the other book too. And I love the black backgrounds. And I love this page here with the feathers on it too. And this is, looks, I think it's a seagull feather I found at the beach. Page from an old book I have about birds, and an interesting postcard from Bryce Canyon. And this is, I was watching a tutorial that Tracy Fox did about these tags with windows in them. I think she used tea bag material, and I had something a little bit different that I used. But if you can't really see it that well, but there's stamping on there. And then it's like there's two tags put together, and they just, this kind of fits in there just like a little window. So that goes in the front part of this pocket, and then in the back part is a piece of handmade paper. This is dyed with onion skin. An old photo that I turned into a pocket, and this is actually put through the laminating machine. Another crow. Okay, last signature starts with a jelly print and some mushrooms. And then a piece of my snippet roll as an up tuck for this tag. Pocket page with a beautiful postcard of the Rocky Mountains. Hasn't been used. Little tuck here with a tag I made. I love this picture. I just love the pastel colors in it, that little bit of pink on the snow. There's quite a few things about crows in here because I kept finding things about the crows and I kept putting them in. I just thought they are so interesting. This tab is made from a piece of crocheted pot holder. Little tuck with another old photo and an altered playing card. Okay, that's it. So this one and the other one are both going in my Etsy shop. And I think next I have plans to do something a little bit more eclectic. So it's just going to be maybe a mix of things that I find interesting. I'm kind of working on doing a little organizing in my studio also at the same time. And I just got a bunch of new books, which I'm excited to use, and I might do a haul on those. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.